Hello, welcome back to the show, Pakathon season. I'm your host, King Pakathon. And on this episode, of course, we're going to talk about me facing life in prison. That particular time when I got arrested. And, if you've seen last episode, you will know what I'm talking about. And also, before that, I would like to talk about why it's not good to snitch. Why snitching could be very, very dangerous. You never know if you snitch. And if you're the kind of person who always bump into police officers, always have little encounters, get arrested here and there, it's not good to snitch. You never know who you might bump into, especially if you snitch on them. Or you never know. Snitching could get you hurt. And I'm not only talking about snitching on other people, I'm talking about snitching on yourself. Police telling you, hey, just tell me the truth. Best thing you can do with police is say nothing at all. The more you talk, the more evidence you give them. And the more evidence you give them, the easier you're making the case for them. So don't ever do that. Don't snitch on yourself. I promise you. And don't snitch on others at night. Because, like I said, if you're a regular person who got no problem with nobody, who live a normal life, never been arrested, I still don't recommend you to snitch because you never know what can happen to you in the future. In the future, somebody might just, hey, you know what? This person might never get arrested, but they're going to learn a lesson. But besides that, it's not good to snitch because if you do get arrested, they find out. You're putting yourself in danger. That's straight up and down. And you don't want to be in PC. With PC is basically protective custody. You don't want to be in there. Trust me, you ain't trying to be locked up 23 hours a day. No TV, no nothing. Eating horrible food. That's not going to happen. No phone, no commissary. You don't want that right there. So never snitch. And I'm snitching, and I'm stuff about snitching. If somebody steal your car, you call the police, somebody stole your car, that's not considered snitching. You know what I'm saying? Somebody freaking touch your kid, I'll personally take it a different way, but if calling police on that also, that's not snitching. Snitching is if, basically you did a crime with somebody, and you go telling that person so you won't get no time. Either way, back to the story. So I got arrested, facing that life, facing life in prison. They taking me to Metro West. Metro West is in Doral, Miami. That's actually like the best jail you could be in Miami. I'm not gonna lie to you. That's like the Waldorf Astoria in jails in Miami. They got 3 main jails, I would say, like 3 primary jails. Which is, they got Metro West, which is the one I went to. They got TGK, which would be like a Motel 6. And then they got the main jail, which would be like a freaking motel in the red light district. That's where they got all the gladiator schools, all that fighting, Friday fight night where people got to fight. But, where I went to was pretty laid back. You know what I'm saying? So the dorm I went to was kind of crazy, though. Not crazy in violence, crazy in the freaking charges people had. Kind of, because I get in there. So one thing about jail, when you get in there, in different states got different type of jails. I'm talking about jails in Miami, where I got locked up at. It's mostly Cubans or Hispanic and Haitians and African Americans, I would say. The Hispanic people stick together, all together for the most part. Like there's a lot of Cubans, they all stick together. They all make food together. If a new inmate will come in, they happen to be Hispanic, an older Hispanic person who's been locked up already will come and try to talk to them, try to fill them out. See, they've been locked up before, but not like trying to press you, but trying to fill you out, see what you about. You know what I'm saying? See if you got any money type thing. That, if you stupid, they might try to finesse you. That ain't gonna happen with me, but in actuality, in that jail, I haven't seen too much people get finessed, but I did see people do get finessed. But those are weak-minded people. But for the most part, they're gonna fill you out. They're gonna see, try to figure out like what, how you were in the streets. Like, are you an asset to anybody? Do you have family? Do you have people who care about you? So when I got there, I'm a dominant male. You could tell I'm a dominant male. Get in there. This dude who I could tell was locked up there for a while. I'm not talking about locked up in that jail. I'm talking about locked up in life. I could tell that was not his first rodeo. He came up to me He said, "What's up?" He introduced himself. He even gave me some goods. The one thing I noticed, sometimes it's not good to take anything from anybody. I promise you. If you take something from somebody, you don't know what they want from you in the future. That's granted. Especially if you're a weak-looking person, don't take nothing. But then again, that's overrated also when people tell you can't take nothing from nobody. Because for the most part, I do see people give stuff to each other, nothing happens. But you don't want to owe people nothing either. You don't want to gamble with owe people nothing. But nevertheless, the man come up to me, shoot, I get a care package already. I get a couple of little Roman noodle soups, you feel me? Get a couple of little chips, a little care package, a little welcome home package, I would say. So when I'm in there, I start talking to different people because, I can give you my little corner. There's a little young dude at top where I had the bottom bunk. One thing about me, I'm always going to get the bottom bunk. Ain't no way on earth you're going to give me the top bunk. I'm not going for that. I want the bottom bunk. Some people prefer the top bunk. I like the bottom bunk. I like to be easy. I feel like I got more real estate. It's easier for me to sit down. My feet is on the ground already. I can use the bottom of the bed. That's my locker. I can store stuff underneath there. I can also, I feel like I got more real estate. So I got the dude upstairs at the top of me. He's a freaking psycho. This stupid idiot get locked up for freaking robbing a police officer. This dumbass cracked out dude ended up going to an undercover cop trying to rob him and get arrested. Some stupid thing. As a matter of fact, the undercover cop especially, he was off duty too. He's an off-duty cop. He was an undercover cop who was, eating with his family. This guy randomly go up to the people in his family, pull out a pistol. From what I understand, the pistol wasn't even loaded. Got body slammed right there in the dinner table, handcuffed and arrested. Facing armed robbery. PBO, facing life. Had another guy right next to me also who got locked up for domestic violence. One thing I noticed about where I was locked up at, there was a lot of people with domestic violence. It was not regular domestic violence. It was like domestic violence or armed robbery. They had one dude who had domestic violence. His domestic violence, this dude was locked up there. I'm saying now he's been going probably for like 16 years trying to fight a case where allegedly, him and his ex-girlfriend had got into an altercation where they met up in a public location. He said he claimed that she went to pull out a weapon, or he thought that she was going to pull out a weapon. He basically shot her in the face with a .45 caliber. Her face, and a 45 ACP, which ACP stands for automatic Colt pistol. That's known as a man stopper. I have a lot of kinetic energy, man. He bust that woman up like patatan. And I'm not making fun of that poor lady. But yeah, man, that dude was in there for domestic violence, attempted murder. He shot his ex-girlfriend in the face. He's still trying to fight that case. The lady never stopped going to court. That lady every freaking month will go to court. She's not giving up. This dude is thinking that one day, hopefully, she's dropped dead or move on with her life. The dude's really trying to fight this case. This lady's not letting it go. So yeah, so that dude's there for that. The crazy thing about him is that he makes some of the best freaking pastries, man. I'm telling you, he made some freaking apple pie with some real apples, and I don't know what the hell he did there, but you gotta remember, people over there gotta hustle. People making candy and stuff and hustling it for soup. Everything is trade, man. You already know how jail go. Roman noodle soup is like 50 cents. That's that G unit right there. So, most people, let me tell you something. Roman noodle soup on the outside ain't nothing. And the inside, that's like gold. That's like gold. I'm telling you. You could trade somebody meal for they got a hamburger dinner. You got trade 2 soups for that real easily. I wouldn't take that trade, but a lot of people do that trade. I'll take the burger. I'll stay with my burger. Forget that damn freaking Roman noodle soup. But he would make some great ass freaking pastries, man. Shout out to him. He was a good dude. I never knew him in the street, but I know he's still in there for the fact that I've been arrested after that. After this time, and he was still in there, man. Still making pastries. Still talking about he gonna get out soon. Hopefully he do, Yeah, so then I bump into this other freaking crazy guy. He's in there for basically robbing old ladies. His whole MO was to purse snatch. dude, poor guy. He was a cool guy. Like, how can I say a poor guy when he's in there, snatching old lady purses and stuff? But him and I was pretty cool. Him and I had no problem. I guess he was he was desperate. He ain't had no income. He said that's the only income he had, unfortunately. So he was snatching people purses and whatnot. He went to snatch an old lady purse. And when he went to snatch that old lady purse, the old lady wouldn't let go of that purse at all. For nothing. The old lady wouldn't let go. So while he's trying to freaking grab the purse out of the old lady, he's dragging the lady. He's telling the people in the car, hit the gas, hit the gas, hit the gas. When it hit the gas, the back tire run over the old lady's head because she didn't let go of the purse. So now this dude is in jail actually, facing to go to prison for life for freaking burglary. Which happened to cost somebody life. So that's definitely a PDL, a first degree felony. These are the kind of people I was around there, man. For the most part, it was a whole bunch of freaking criminals, but it was not crazy people. They were crazy, I guess. How can I put it? Like, I guess being around so much crazy people all my life, I guess these people looked normal to me. And, the rules over there are very easy. If you know what, once you know how to adapt easily, I know how to adapt. That's nothing, because that's not the first time I've been arrested. But that's the first time I've been arrested for, facing life. But yeah, so I'm over there dealing with these freaking crazy people. Mind you, I'm over there in a dormitory. This dormitory, there's approximately like 60 people in there. I just talked about 3 people. Mind you, there's still another, 56 other characters I haven't mentioned. You know what I'm saying? Either way, so while I'm in there, I'm freaking fighting from trying to get out because I got no bond. I got to get out. No way I can get out. The only person that I'm actually talking with is the same person who put me in there, and I'm not even supposed to talk to this person because then I'll be violating the order of protection. And one thing about Florida, they take that thing serious. They find out you're talking to the person who's allegedly the victim, and they catch you doing that, man, listen, man, you're going to be in big trouble. They will drop the actual case, but they will actually pick up the violation of violating the order of protection. In Florida, they call it stay away order. Say you violate the stay away order, and basically they'll charge you for that. So that'll be a felony. So you'll lose your gun license, which I couldn't afford to lose my gun license because I work with a gun license, with a gun, so I need my license. But yeah, so basically this chick will actually talk with her fake Jamaican accent. So I'm trying to get the information from her because you in jail, you really don't have. It's not like you in the outside where you have a phone where you can talk with people, you can say whatever you want. They're recording all these conversations, you know what I mean? They're gonna use everything they could against you. So you gotta be careful what you say to the phone. You can't be spazzing out, you can't, just because you had a bad day, you can't just start talking about your case on the phone neither because, they're recording the line. They catch you talking about your case and you happen to spit out something that they really can use against you, man, you're gonna be crying in there. You're gonna be wishing and praying you never did that. I know a lot of people who did that dumb mistake and they're in there now, kicking themselves in the butt, thinking about like, damn, why the hell did I have to talk so much on that phone? That phone is your worst enemy too. That's also who was snitching. When you're talking to that phone, you're snitching. You better talk about the weather in that mother flower. So you better talk about what you ate last night. Don't say nothing about your case in that damn phone. The only time they don't record your conversation is when you're talking with your lawyer. So they can't do that. They can't, so that's the only time you can talk on the phone freely is with your lawyer. And besides that, they're recording everything. Even with my lawyer, I still don't trust it like that. But yeah, so I'm talking to this crazy school teacher, the legally blind school teacher who happened to be a Jehovah's Witness. I'm chopping it up with her. She's talking with a fake Jamaican accent. Yeah, ma, why go on? So I'm telling her, yo, listen, what they talking about? You got any updates or whatever? She's like, yeah, everything looking good, man. But, she ain't telling me nothing because she said she can't talk about the case. But, she keep talking to me like, yo, you gotta chill. You gotta be in there for a while. You're not gonna come out no time soon type stuff. And I'm like, look, mind you, I didn't want to talk about my case. I'm just talking about, you got any good news for me? Like, at that point, because mind you, at that point, I could even my own lawyer. I hired a lawyer. But you got to remember, once you pay a lawyer, you pay the upfront. These people can too damn about you. Once they got the money in their hands and you pay the full, it's a good thing because you don't gotta pay them no money, but they start getting lazy after that. They put you in the back burner. They already got paid. They can make more money. You already their client. You can fire your attorney at that moment, but you're not gonna get your money back. But yeah, so I'm talking to her, trying to get out. My family. I got no family in Florida. That's by the way. My family live in other states and whatever. So yeah, so I'm in the mercy of this crazy lady. Every time I talk to her, she's telling me everything gonna be all right. But one thing about her though, she did send me, care package. The eye care package. Zoom Zoom and Wham Whams, like people call it. She did send me the honey buns. What people call the white girls. The white frosted. She sent me the whole care package. She did send me about, I would say, $300 worth of food within a week and a half or so. I was basically the man in there when I was in there. And, it's crazy though, because at the same time I got that food, well, I don't want to spoil it for you, because, I'm going to talk about all that food one time. But yeah, so while I'm in there, people start talking about, start loosening up. You're in there for a week or two, you start talking to other people. They start talking about their case, you start talking about your case, which I don't recommend neither. I'm telling you, because I know people who would talk about their case, say too much information to another person, and there's a saying, why do 10 when you could get 5 to a friend? You don't want to be that kind of victim. I'm telling you, you don't want to talk too much about it, but everybody gonna say for the most part what the charges are robbery, armed burglary. People gonna go into details here and there once they start getting comfortable. So once I'm in there, people start asking me, of course, what I was doing for a living. I was there for weeks passing by, so of course I tell people about, I was working at nightclubs, they call me Punisher, blah blah blah. I'm talking about my job. So people, it's exciting like that. They got an armed guard, who now is facing life in prison, who probably was in police side, not knowing I was not in police side. I was nobody, so I'm just in my side trying to make money. But in their mind, they see a freaking badge, they see a gun, they see body armor, and they see handcuffs and stuff like that. They assume like, oh, this is the wannabe cop or whatever. Not knowing I'm just doing this for a living. And I actually love doing it. I really do enjoy, being a self-contractor. I really do love that. But yeah, so we're getting around. There's a guy around here, his name is Punisher. He works at that location, and he's locked up over here. So yeah, so like a week and a half later, 2 weeks, maybe 2 weeks and a half, word get back to me. Hey, listen, man. You remember that dude? You remember a dude you shot at the club? I said, yeah, I remember. Of course, I remember. And yeah, he's locked up over here too. Cause mind you, this like about a year later, about a little over a year later after that shootout that I had at the club, that guy got injured with, he got shot up or whatever, he was trying to shoot up the club. He's in the same jail I'm locked up at. You know what I mean? So, I'm like, damn. I'm like, shoot, small world, man. The whole time that I was outside, police was looking for me, detectives was looking for me, because they was trying to get me to testify against him. They wanted me to basically go to court, swear in, start talking about what happened that night. I told the people, listen, man, I already told you the story I told you. I'm not going to go over there and testify. That's not my style. I already told you what I have to tell you. The only reason I told police what happened because I had to. That's my right. That's what I have to do. If I don't do that, I'll be a criminal myself. But besides that, all the extra thing going to court and all that, I'm not doing that. That's not my job. I'm not gonna put he's a freaking minority man like I am. He's a young man. Yeah, he's stupid what he did. He could have hurt a lot of people. Nobody got hurt besides himself, by the way. He's the only one who got injured, that night. So, I ain't seen no big harm in that. He's the only one who got shot. He was the only one who got arrested. They wanted me to testify against him. I was not gonna do that. So, either way, so I see him in jail because so a guy come up to me like, yo, listen, the dude, he want to talk to you. So I talked to him in jail, He wasn't locked up where I was locked up at, but I seen him in the yard one time. He wasn't in the same yard. It's like he was in one yard with another yard that had a gate there. And I was talking to him through the gate. He was telling me how how he was messed up in Xanax, how he was taking Xanax that night, and that's how I found out that his gang killed his childhood friend. He said he was just going through it. He didn't mean to do all that. He was out of his mind. He the liquor also, and then the drugs that he was doing also besides that. So he said he apologized. He said he didn't mean to do that, and I really accepted his apology. Honestly, if he tried to do me again, like if he really wanted round two, I was ready for it. Not saying that I wanted it, but I'm not gonna back down either. I really want him to be free. I mean, I really believed him. The guy told me, that he gave himself to Jesus. He's a born again Christian, and he's way different. He just want to get back home to, he said he had a daughter, I believe. He said he got his mother who loves him. He just want to, do the right thing. And I agree with him. I said, shoot, you don't got to worry about me. You're the last thing in my mind. I got bigger fish to fry. I'm locked up here also. You know what I'm saying? So don't even worry about me right now. Like, I got to worry about myself. You know what I'm saying? He thought in his mind that I was going to snitch him. I never did that. And thank God I did it. I mean, even though he came at me humble, who knows if he would have been, he is a gang member. He was still an active gang member that I know of. I didn't ask him that question, but, from what I understand, he was still part of a gang. He just happened to, be a born-again Christian now. So, I bumped into him, and everything was dandy. That was the first and last time him and I spoke. I'm glad that it happened like that, where it was not something where we had to, like, go to blows or whatever. Handle like man. He apologized, explained himself, and that was that. So I'm in the jail the whole time after that. I'm like, damn, when I hear the story about the guy telling me he did approximately 12 years fighting his damn case for shooting his girlfriend in the face. For shooting his girlfriend in the face. Now I'm nervous. Now I'm starting to think like, yo, damn, I'm gonna be messed up now, because ain't no bonding out from him. He been here for 12 years, 13 years at that time. Now it's about 16 years he been in there. I'm like, shoot, I'm never coming out. I thought it was the end of the world, So, I got a good lawyer. My lawyer doing it, doing their thing. They're doing their thing. I'm talking to this crazy lady through the phone. She's reassuring me that everything's going okay. Everything's going all right. Yeah, so, shoot. One day, the same day I get $300 worth of commissary. I'm looking like Santa Claus in that mother flower. With all kind of candies, all kind of sodas, all kind of everything. I could have made meals for like, I was the man. Trust me, I looked like Santa, real Santa. People look at me with envy with two big freaking laundry bags full of freaking Tsum Tsum and Wham Whams. So the same day that all of that came, they tell me, hey, pack it up. I'm like, what do you mean pack it up? They're like, yo, they dropped the charges. You're going home. That was a Friday night, like at 10:30 in the evening. I got all this goddamn commissary, and I'm about to go home right now. So, I got a decision. Should I take all this damn freaking commissary, take it home with me? Because mind you, I just freaking got $300 worth of commissary. That's a lot of freaking junk food. Oh shit, I gave it to these people who I just met about 3.5 weeks ago. I was thinking to myself, it was not really hard to think, I'll tell you the truth. I gave it to those people. I gave it to the OG who looked out for me that time, who gave me that little care package. I gave it to him to break apart. But besides that, before giving it to him, I gave it to the people who I really messed with the most. Like, yo, here, take this. Here's this tuna. Here, take this. Here's that. Here's that. Here's that. Here's that. You know what I'm saying? But I gave the majority to the Hispanic dude who looked out for me. The old OG type dude. I mean, he wasn't my OG, but I could tell he's an OG in there to the other people. He gave me respect. I gave him respect. So therefore, gave him the damn thing. Went home. Well, I just went home. They had to take me from TGK, which I told you is like the Waldorf Astoria Hotel off the jail. I mean, sorry, not TGK. From Metro West, they took me. That's the Waldorf Astoria. Then they took me to TGK. That's where they release people from. Because they don't release people from Metro West. They release people from TGK. Or you can get released from the main jail, which I told you that's like the red light district motel. You know what I'm saying? But they released me for TGK. Went to Shorty crib. My Black Beauty was still in the tow yard. Because first at that time, when the police had my car, I had Black Beauty. They had in the police precinct the whole time until they arrested me. Once they had caught me approximately July 15th, July 17th, that's when they took it to the impound yard and they started charging me for the toll fees, and they started charging me for having it, for storing it for me. But before that, they just had it over there by North Miami Police Precinct, and I would actually drive around in Silver Surfer, which that was another BMW I had, another two-door BMW. It was silver, so I just call it Silver Surfer. And I should drive around the lot sometimes and I should see Black Beauty. I'm like, damn, look at my car right there. It's like they were using it like bait. Like, yeah, I know you want it. You can't come get it. But yeah, nevertheless, going back. So I'll go to my house. I'll jump in Silver Surfer. And, after I get out my house, because I have to check out my job. But before that, can you believe this thing? This crazy, blind math teacher, when I get over there, she said, hey, let's sit down. I want to talk to you. I said, listen, ma'am, I got to go check if I still have a job. I've been arrested for almost a month now. I need money. This legal fees ate a lot of my money, the majority of my money. I need to see if I still got an employment. She was like, no, sit down, take a seat, because I want to talk to you. So I said, okay, fair enough, sit down, because I don't want to make this crazy lady go crazy. Besides, I know you think, like, why would you go back to her house if you know she was the one who got you arrested, you crazy mother flower? It's like, why would you do that? The chick shot at you. She damn near killed you, got you arrested, facing life in prison, and you're going to go back to the house? Yes, I am, because I still need to pick up my property, genius. I still got vehicles in there. I still got value. I can't just leave my stuff like that. I know most people are like, man, forget that. Listen, man, I'm not leaving my stuff behind. Yeah, say whatever you want. But yeah, so she telling me now, let's talk about marriage. I said, marriage? I'm thinking to myself, yo, this lady just shot me, arrested me, and I'm supposed to marry you? Are you freaking crazy? And you know the crazy thing about it? I'm not even mad about she shooting at me. It sounds crazy, right? It sounds crazy. Like, what? You're not even mad she's shooting at you? What? Yeah, I'm not even mad at that. I mean, I never wanted that, but she's not the first person to shoot at me on the last. I'm more pissed off after when she did all that stuff with the police. It sounds crazy, but it's the truth. I could probably forgive her for her shooting at me. I would have probably laughed about that, but I can't forgive her about the police part. She was really serious about she wanted to get married with me. She said she wanted to have my kid, all kind of crazy stuff. But, I had to get away from her. I definitely did, but I didn't get away from her as soon as I got out of jail. But that might take me to another story. We might have to save that for next time. How are you liking the channel so far? Please do me a favor. Hit that like, subscribe button. Please share. Please share. Do me another favor. Hit that notification button. If you're liking it, why not join? I promise I'm going to keep posting every day. Every day is going to get better. Trust in me and I'll trust in you. Once again, this is the Pakatan Show, and this is your host, King Pakatan, reporting live from anywhere you want me to be at. You heard? Pakatan over and out.